long do you see this pandemic-fueled momentum continuing?
Yeah, a lot of people attribute the growth of e-commerce, especially in the US, to the pandemic. I think that is partially true, but what we're seeing is that just change of user behavior. More people are used to shop on smartphone, and more people are used to pay on smartphone. And the ease of ordering and then delivering and even returning is making it a lot easier for you to not leave the comfort of your home and be able to get things quickly done efficiently and have things sent to you and things curated for you in a personalized fashion. So whatever you see on these mobile shopping apps is increasingly become personalized based on what you have done in the past, what you've purchased in the past, and based on the interest you express. So more and more, there's a way to shop via e-commerce that is as good, if not better, than shopping in store. And so we see that post-COVID-19, post the pandemic, that this e-commerce boom smartphone will continue to rise.
But is there a limit to it, Hans?
You asked me that question over the last 6-7 years from different shows I'm on. And you look at globally, e-commerce penetration rate is over 20% on some of the large countries already, like, for example, China, that we think that there's not going to be a limit for a while. And the pie is actually getting bigger. So whereas right back in 2013, 2014, when I first appeared on the show, the debate was Walmart taking on Amazon, and all the stores will become fulfillment centers, and therefore Amazon is going to have heavy issues. Then becomes eBay trying to be like Amazon, and now you have Facebook and Google trying to partner with Shopify to take on Amazon. I think all those efforts, while noble, are missing the point that that Amazon has a unique advantage in e-commerce, that to beat them, you have to become more verticalized, which is why we invest in Poshmark, which is why you see Etsy doing well, which is why we invest in Peloton. You got to offer different kinds of experience than trying to just be like them.
So what's your outlook on some of these more niche e-commerce platforms? And obviously you're also an investor in Wish. The stock there has been struggling, in part probably because of the continued power of Amazon.
I think with the companies that are still finding their ways or improving their operation, a lot of the issues are sort of self-inflicted or more based on execution. When you see Etsy's doing that, they've done well, the stock price has gone up dramatically over the last 3-4 years, you see that there's a way to compete against Amazon and do well. You see how Wayfair have done, and they have done extremely well pre and post COVID-19, or in the process of doing so. So there's a way to compete, and we're obviously still bullish on Wish efforts and StockX and Peloton and all the other companies that we're investing in.
Now, the popularity of creators and next-gen personalities is a huge development in the e-commerce market, with all of these TikTok stars hawking products and unboxing. Do you see this shifting the e-commerce landscape dramatically?
I think the creators economy is definitely something interesting. It is more of a buzzword today, but we feel that there's a lot of underlying fundamentals of why it's doing well. You look at the number of monthly active users on Facebook is over 3 billion. And YouTube alone, the number of monthly active users is 2 billion. On TikTok is over 600 million. And that's not including statistics from China, where Douyin and Kuaishou each has about 700 to 800 million monthly active users. All of them are consuming some form of short form content. And you look at the number of creators out there where people think themselves as influencers, it's only 50 million. And in terms of the number of full-time professionals being influencer, the number is only 2 million. So there's a lot more room for other people to come in to produce content for a lot of eyeballs out there. And in terms of monetization, we have seen all kinds of creative ways beyond just advertising rev share, product placement, NFT, non-fungible token sale, tipping, and sponsored content. So there's more ways to monetize if you can produce content that people want.
You've had 4 IPOs in 30 days last year, Hans, Airbnb, Affirm among them. Do you see that trend continuing with portfolio companies taking that big leap?
Yeah, more companies are thinking about what is their e-commerce strategy, and even more companies are thinking about what is their fintech strategy to finance some of those transactions. This is why you see Affirm and Afterpay and Klarna doing well. All of them are in the buy now, pay later category. So you don't even have to pay 100% of what you're going to buy today. It can be monthly installments over time. That's why you see both Peloton and Affirm both made investment and collaborate so well and grow together. And so the addressable market for e-commerce actually gets bigger with innovations on fintech like buy now, pay later. And you see what Square has done with Square Capital, just the kind of innovation that's happening, kind of fusing fintech, e-commerce, and social is incredible. It's the best we have ever seen. That's why you asked me, where does it stop? For the near future or medium future, the pie just getting bigger and bigger.
Let's talk about that pie. You know, you've obviously BitDance also in your portfolio, looking for a potential IPO there. When should we be watching for that to happen, and how big is it going to be?
Well, no one knows for sure, and you see an announcement that Yiming is stepping down end of the year, and so it seems that the company is growing nicely, and there's no immediate plan for IPO.
Well, speaking of TikTok, and you know, I've probably asked you this question before too, but since the landscape is constantly changing, I wonder what you think about the loyalty to TikTok, given that, you know, it is about this sort of quick fix, you know, getting that fix in the moment. Do you see TikTok being a sustaining long-term platform, or do you think there will be some shiny new platform that eventually comes along and steals that thunder?
I think the degree of personalization that TikTok has been able to achieve is amazing. We have, you know, I was a frequent traveler before COVID, whether it's going to Sao Paulo in Latam or Bangalore in the South Asia continent, or to Bali in Indonesia. Whether you're talking to a Grab driver in Indonesia, a Swiggy delivery person in Bangalore, or to a iFood or Rappi person doing delivery in Sao Paulo, everybody thinks that when they're playing TikTok, it's tailor-made for them. And so the amount and degree of curation is amazing. And so I do think that like both YouTube and TikTok have ways to sustain themselves, because they constantly come up with so much content and curate it in a way that it makes you, hard to stop. And I remember 10 years ago, people were asking, would you ever cut the cable cord in your household? And more doing that, people doing that today. I'm on YouTube TV. I have Netflix. I have Hulu. I can watch TikTok in Taiwan on our TV. The need for programming, the set programming is a lot less, and the time that's available for that curated personalized content is a lot more. And today, more young kids want to be a YouTube influencer or TikTok influencer than a professional job like doctor or astronaut. It's amazing how even my kids look at me and says, "And Dad,
right.
you only have 15,000 followers on Twitter. What's wrong with you? I thought you're ranked high on some kind of VC list." And this unboxing video I'm watching has 300,000 hits alone. What is wrong with you? You must be that successful.